magnificent Bahrain International Circuit sits majestically in the desert, situated just 30 kilometers from the capital Manama. Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix, where practice is about to get underway. This weekend's night race will definitely be a challenge for some of the drivers, as not all of them have driven under lights before, so they'll need to quickly adapt to the conditions.
They will have already acclimatised and configured their normal race weekend routine to a night schedule, but I can't wait to see which driver gets up to speed the quickest in these conditions.
It's still taking some getting used to, seeing Sebastian Vettel in the red of Ferrari this season.
After so many years racing in the Red Bull colours, it's going to take a while to adjust to Seb in that Ferrari. They'll be hoping he can add to his 4 world titles with them and bring back some glory days to Maranello.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to some Formula 1. We are in the Bahrain Desert, I believe that's what it's called. Not a very eventful video, probably not going to be the longest of ones, so not too much happened, but it was a little bit more eventful I think than the last one, and I actually feel a lot more comfortable. So we're going to go ahead now and head right into practice. Now we're at practice now. We're about to set the first lap time, I believe. Yep, here we go, first lap time set. Top of the table, first lap, of course, that always happens. I'm always the first guy on the track. I love to be the first guy on the track. This kind of helps me ease into it, but I kind of get ahead of everybody too, so that's kind of why I like to do that. But lap 5, still the same thing, still first. Surprisingly, I don't know how I did this, but I just seem to be feeling the track a lot better, feeling the car a lot better in general, just feeling the game in general a lot better, getting used to a lot of the things. So I actually haven't played with any of the setups yet, so I mean, for the most part, that's actually pretty good that I'm even able to get first place, because my track record has been terrible. I've actually been having pretty bad luck in the races. I seem to do very well in the practice and the qualifying, but when it comes to the actual race, I essentially get screwed over almost all the time, whether it's my own mistake or somebody ends up contacting me. Most of the time though, it is my own mistake. So yeah, but anyways, I think that's pretty much don't even move. I think we just stay in first place and find maybe a little bit more time, but yep, there we go. We're gonna head over to qualifying now.
Nico Rosberg has proven in today's practice session that he's the one to watch for qualifying tomorrow, as he sets the fastest time of today. It's 6 o'clock here local time and the sun is starting to set. Welcome to qualifying in Bahrain. Before the cars take to the track to start qualifying, who are you expecting to have a good session today?
Well, I certainly think Sebastian will be strong here. He really loves this circuit, and as long as he has the car performance, you can expect him to be right up there challenging for pole.
Alright, so first lap of qualifying has already been set now, so going a little bit off the track there for some reason, but just first place again, first guy on the track, first place again. But I don't think this qualifying was actually too hard for me. It's pretty much the same as practice. Like, I just kept driving, I just kept doing what I was doing and pretty much didn't change anything, just kept going, like, just kept racing, kept trying to get the most fuel I could for the track to ensure myself, like, the absolute most success with this track. And even here on lap 6, I'm still somehow in first place. I have no idea why, and I have no idea how, but somehow we're still in first place. I guess maybe it's the nighttime that makes my true skill come out. I have no idea, but it feels pretty good, and I actually am a lot more comfortable with the game as a whole now. Just racing it, getting used to how the cars work and stuff like that, and how the AI works. They're a little bit hard to read at times, so it's been fun. I've actually really enjoyed playing this game for you guys. Enjoyed editing it a lot, but I think that is actually it. Lap 7, we don't move, so now we're just going to go ahead and cut right over to the race.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
It's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening here in Sakhir, and that means it's nearly time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We knew this was a track that suited the Mercedes well, but no one would have expected that Lewis Hamilton would have created such a gap to his rivals in qualifying. If he stays out of trouble and the car continues to perform, well, victory should surely be a formality.
He's definitely going to be difficult to beat today, but anything can happen, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how this unfolds over the course of the race.
How does Nico Rosberg go about finding the time he was lacking at the end of qualifying in today's race?
Well, he's got to stay within touching distance of the lead during the first stint and then look to capitalise as the car becomes lighter and the tyre degradation eases.
Alright, here we go. We're going to check the race strategy real quick, and it all looks pretty good now. Now we're going to go ahead right now and start the race and rev up here to 5 lights in Bahrain, in the Bahrain Desert. I believe that's what it's called, I'm not sure. But here we go. We're going to start now. We're going to rev right up, try to get the best start we can. I don't know if it was the best one because Rosenberg seems to come up, and I was actually trying to do here what my picture had told me and cover the inside, but Rosenberg was right there, right on that inside. I had to give it to him. But he actually doesn't take it. I don't know why he wouldn't. But he actually doesn't take it, and I actually end up taking the lead here without too much trouble right there at the beginning, which is good. I'm happy about that. Like, I'm in first, and hopefully now we can actually control the race from here. But Rosenberg's still putting on the pressure. The pack is still behind me. We still haven't been able to form too much of a gap on him. But my initial goal here was to just boost it, to just get as far as I could away from Rosenberg, just in case I do mess up. Normally in situations like this, I normally do mess up. So that was my initial goal, just get as far as possible away, and I just kept going off track, and it was just really weird how I was doing so well in practice and qualifying, but as soon as the race came, it was just complete I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what it was that actually made me race weird or drive weird or whatever you want to call that, but I actually stayed in first here for a little bit, and pretty good. So setting good paces, making a good gap, trying to at least. I mean, but there's, they keep going. I keep getting further away, and then they keep closing the gap again, and then they get further away, closing the gap again. That's just kind of how it goes for at least the first lap here. Just keep going. Now I think DRS is enabled, so thank God, because we'd have the entire pack passing us right now since we're in first. But Rosenberg using our stream and just coming blazing up the side of me, covering the inside line, which is what I should have done earlier, but I didn't move. So now a little bit of contact there with Raikkonen, but nothing that caused either one of us to wipe out, thank God. And our tires, as you can see right there, are already they're already done. I'm already dealing with garbage tire wear. But we seem to break a little bit earlier there than Rosenberg, and be able to take first again. So it seems that they don't break earlier, or they don't cut you off too much. I guess that's kind of a good thing, the AI. But if you break earlier, you almost always pass the AI, and it's kind of weird. If you're close to them and you break early, you just dive bomb them into the turn. They always you almost always will get past them, which I find a little bit weird. It's quite consistent too, the amount of times you probably get past the AI by doing that. But yeah, staying in first, and now Rosenberg, a little bit of contact there with him, but nothing too bad, because he kind of cut me off there coming out of the turn. So in a little bit now Raikkonen comes into me. I'm not sure why I wasn't, I gave him as much room as I could, and I did see him there, but now I have to give him room, and going off the track now, trying to give Raikkonen racing room. And that actually messed me over pretty good. Thank God here it's not a wall. We're actually able to get right back on the track, right into 10th place. Sorry. But yeah, that is that. At this point, I was just so what? How? I qualified first, did so well in practice, and I went off track trying to give somebody some racing. Now we're gonna have to battle Hulkenberg for 9th place here. We're gonna push. Now I'm just aggressive. I am just going so hard as I can now, just to get something back before the pack creates too much of a gap on me, and then it will be hard if I'm unable to actually get somewhere here right now. I have to do everything right now. I have to, but I'm dealing with tire wear, which is kind of the bad luck, and that's why the first pit here. I think I'm the first person to pit actually now, so that actually brings us down, I think, into 15th or 16th position. We'll see in a second here. Yeah, it looks like 15th position. So we actually move up to 10th by passing people in the pit lane, so that's pretty good. So now we're right behind Alonso. We've actually been chasing him for a little bit now. So we're coming right behind him, braking a little bit hard there to just try to not to hit him because he braked a little bit there. But now I think we're just going to use as much power as we can in this Mercedes car. No DRS, no nothing. Just overtake him the best we possibly can. And we actually do that by braking early once again and kind of diving a little bit, going wide, cutting him off a little bit on the corner there. But now we're going to take some more positions, get right back up, right into, I think, 5th position. Yeah, 5th position. Now we're coming into the 2nd pit stop of the race. I don't know if we lose position here. I don't know. Cardo coming in right after us, right behind us. I'm actually thankful that he wasn't close to me going into the pits, because for a while there, he was actually following me quite closely. So I was getting nervous that, like, out of the pits, he would maybe have a faster pit stop and get out before me, but thank God that didn't happen. So we actually only moved down to 6th position behind Verstappen. So that's not, I'm not too worried at this point about that. So we actually moved past Verstappen now back into 5th because Verstappen had a pit. And we were actually chasing Bottas. I don't know if you noticed the lap, but for a good, like, I don't know, like 5, 6, maybe 7 laps just to pass him, and now we just passed him there, thankfully. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. But I really wish I could have done it earlier. I really wish that I could have pulled that move on him earlier, but I just kept getting close, and then he would take a corner better than me, and then I would lose him completely after that. So I really wish that I could have done that earlier, because that would have probably enabled me to actually catch Raikkonen faster than I did. I sort of start to come up on him, but it doesn't do very much, and Bottas is not going to let me have this easier. He's still applying pressure. He's still going hard on me. He's not letting me have this spot at all. He just, Raikkonen is, yeah, 7 seconds ahead of me. So, like, at this point, I'm almost prepared to take 4th position, because you know, Raikkonen is just 7 seconds ahead, and in order for me to make 7 seconds, I'd have to have, like, perfect condition tires and, like, a lot of fuel to burn at this point. And I do. So I actually want to try later on using my rich fuel mix earlier. That way, because it seems that when I put that on, I take off like a bullet. This car just goes with that rich fuel mix. And now here comes Bottas. He's using his mix 3. He's coming right up, blows right by me with his DRS and his full engine rev, crazy fast. Now I'm gonna turn mine on too. I don't know why I actually put it in lean. That was a little bit of a dumb move there, but I actually realized the mistake in a second here. As soon as I go on the straight here now. Now we're gonna put ourselves into rich, and we're just gonna take off. We are not having any of Bottas's nonsense anymore. He doesn't cause me a problem anymore. Actually isn't able to pass me once I turn on that rich, but it looks like that's where we're finishing the race, in 4th place. That was a little bit of a disappointment, so we're gonna go ahead and end it off now.
No one could compete with the Mercedes today as they take home another race win.
It's been a great day's racing, and it's fair to say that they deserved that win. Their strategy was spot on.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
There you have it, guys. That was the Bahrain Grand Prix. As always, thank you so much for watching, and feedback is so much appreciated. I really love doing this series. I really love this game. Hopefully I can pull off a win for you guys next time. I'm really pushing it there. I'm trying to getting better at the game all the time. I'll see you in the next time. Peace.